Hey, welcome to day 49 of my 100-day challenge. As I said in my yesterday's post, today's video is all about hearing and my hearing aids, about my situation. I have been asked to make this video. I mentioned in my first video that I do not hear well, that I have those problems with hearing, and that I do not hear anything on my right ear and very bad on my left. And I just thought, to talk again about it, and this time to go more into detail about it, and give you more information, because I know most of you are definitely interested in it, I hope so. In February I had my acute hearing loss, and on my left ear, where I used to hear quite well, And I stayed at hospital for a week and got lots of infusion, I think it was cortisone. I hope you know what it is. Kind of liquid, I don't know. Situation now hasn't changed much, only a little bit, but I still hear quite well, quite bad, if I put out my hearing aid. Before that, I heard quite well, and I didn't even need a hearing aid. I will come to that later, And, I was able to hear quite well, After this, acute hearing loss, my hearing got so bad and deteriorated, really badly. I will show you some graphs, afterwards. So now I am reliable on my hearing aid, without, everything is so quiet. Yeah, I will show you in a minute my hearing aids, which I have. I have actually 3. 2 are mine, and the current one that I'm wearing behind my ear, I'm trying, for 3 weeks, and then, have to decide if I want it, if it helps me or not, So the third one is not really mine. On my right ear, I do not hear anything at all. Last year when I had this fluctuation, you will see it on the graph in a minute, when the fluctuation began and when I went regularly to the doctors, they suggested me to do scans, x-rays from, my both ears. And yeah, they discovered that I have actually no inner ear on the right ear, not this tiny little, what do you call, you know what I mean, the cochlear, this tiny little snail, looks like a snail, So, and that was kind of shocking for me, But yeah, I was born without an inner ear, and they said, that's something very rare, and, it doesn't exist that you have, one fully developed inner ear on one side and the other one is not there, So I was always wondering, why I do not hear on my right ear. I never knew that, I was born, with no inner ear, and I was always wondering, what is the reason why I do not hear, That's why I always have sometimes problem with the directional hearing, like to locate a sound. When someone talks to me behind me, I turn around until I find, from where, the sound comes from. So that's why I always hated the games, where you, with where you have your eyes closed and have to find the person, the children. I never liked that game because I never was able to find them, because my hearing, I had only one. So if they were here, I was running there, I never knew where they were. Anyway, when they discovered now the real reason why I do not hear my right ear, I was kind of shocked, Yeah, I always thought it was due to, middle ear inflammations. I always thought that, this was the reason because I was quite sick as a baby, had most of the time, middle ear inflammations and, spent a few months at hospital, so I always thought that this was maybe the reason, like for my right ear, not for the left now. So, but I had no idea, and I guess they didn't do any screenings, when I was a baby. I don't know, there was a different time, probably, who knows. So, on my right ear, I hear nothing at all, and on my left, I'm wearing a hearing aid. So, I have to wear it now, there's no, I don't like it, or I don't want to wear it, otherwise, I cannot hear you, I cannot participate in a conversation, or, now I'm reliable on it, and it's okay, I kind of get used to it. I got my very first hearing aid with, I guess I was 16 or 15, something around 15, 16, so, you know, and now I'm 22, so I have it for a few years. I will show you now some of my graphs to see, and then you will understand why I'm still undecisive about the operation, you know, because my hearing is still a little bit there, you know. So if it were really like it was the measure in March, then of course I would be the candidate for the operation, you know, the inner ear operation where I get the device, you know, the magnet in my head, oh god, you know. Okay, let me show you my hearing aids now. So this is my hearing aid I'm having at the moment, you see. I hope you can see it a little bit. So this is the one I'm having right now. So this is the current one. It's a Phonak, you know. They say that's the most powerful they have right now, you know, because I need, you know, a powerful, because my curve is quite bad, you know. So that's the one. It's not mine. This is my very first one. You can see. It looks like that, you know. It was, I think, Siemens Phonak, it's called. So that was my first. Then I got this one a few months ago. This is the tiniest if you compare it to all those three, you know. Even this here is tiny, so barely visible if I put it in my ear. This was also Phonak, so same, you know, name. I like that much because I like this one. It's, you know, very tiny, but it's not strong enough for my current curve, so, you know, I have to wear this and try it out, and then I can say, you know, if this helps me or not. So those are my 3 hearing aids.